Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing: single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we chat about Green River laying off about a quarter of its employees and why this may not be as bad as it sounds. My name is Kathy Cool. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Igley, along with our special guests Tim Swyat, Matt Welge, and Jim Gokin.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey, hello.
Hey, so yeah, we're going to be talking about that today. Is it a desperate move that caused this, or is this just strategic planning to make sure that they are going to be situated to continue to run at their best in the new bourbon world? We'll get to that after the break. For right now, though, Matt said there's something you want to talk about. What is that, Matt?
Yeah, so I was kind of bragging to some friends that I've been on this show a few times, and someone made a comment like, "Well, you guys don't always talk about bourbon. You talk about other stuff." And I'm like, well, that's the small talk. It's just the little, And so I want to talk about bourbon for my small talk. So I did some really hard thinking. So please go with me on this. I hope that this goes well. I put a lot of energy into this. Okay.
No, I'm sure. I'm sure.
All right. So you are at a tasting, random, Whiskey Fest or something, and let's say you had a number of tokens and you're down to like one token. You got one token left.
One token
left. There are three whiskeys that are available, and you have to choose one of them. All right, and so one of them, exactly what the mash bill is, and for argument's sake, let's just say it's your favorite mash bill.
Okay. And
the other one, you know nothing about it, but you know the age statement, and again, you can enter in whatever you as your ideal age statement. That's all you know about it. And then the third one is you don't know anything about it, but you know the state of where it was made. And for this, let's even eliminate Kentucky and Tennessee. Let's just say it's an outlier state, and for argument's sake, it's a state that goes, man, yeah, I'm interested in that. So, of those three things, where are you putting your token down for that tasting?
One tasting left.
Pretty easy.
Okay.
I'm going number 3 all day long.
Number 3.
Mm-hmm. I want to know nothing about it. If it's my last one, I want to know nothing about it.
Well, you know the state.
But it's the least I know about it. The state could be whatever. But I've had an age statement.
Right, I don't know age, and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't care about age statement. I don't care about the recipe. If it's from a state, I'll try it. That's what I'm going towards.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think I agree with that, because I think I don't know that I even for argument's sake, I don't know that I have a favorite mash bill.
Mm-hmm.
I like a lot of different stuff. And I don't know that age for me is all that big of a factor anymore with the stuff that we've had through the shop and the distilleries that we go to, there's some young stuff that's fantastic that I would rather have than some big name brands, 10-year age stated stuff. So
Right.
I don't know that that's important. I kind of feel like something that I don't know anything about. I will say the one caveat I would hope is that it's like a proof that's at least, something that will give me full flavor.
Right. Yeah, this is a tough one. I mean, I don't know that I'd like to put myself in that situation. I guess I would follow along with the first two. But I don't hold a lot of confidence in I'll like it. I feel like, how I find things that I like? By discovering things that I like, for the most part. It's very few. Tim's recommended some, and I've liked that. But I mean, for the most part, people will tell you stuff all the time. They happen to go on a vacation, they go into the distillery, and they're like, "Oh, you should try this." And I'm like, "Well, you're recommending it because you happen to be there." And that's the problem with most distilleries. They just happen to be there. So much bad whiskey is out there. But, if I'm going to take a flyer, I'm going to take a flyer on the state and see if I can find an uncovered gem. The mash bill, I'm kind of like Gokin. It's all over the place. I mean, if anything, I guess I like high rye bourbons. If it's got to be a bourbon, if it's a regular whiskey, I think I like rye whiskey better for the most part. But do you want to lock into that age statement again? I'm not a believer of that matters all that much. It just depends on the distillery. If I knew more, I might be like, if they're like, it's a Knob Creek pick, but it's a 14-year-old, I'll be like, okay, I want to try that. But again, we don't know any of that information. So, I'm going to go with the state and see if I can find a new one just by chance. How about you,
I
KK?
am going to go against the curve.
Okay.
Knowing how many distilleries that are out there that make swill,
Right.
I don't want to pick by the state. Age statements, no. I'll go with the mash bill. Not that I have a favorite mash bill,
Okay.
but if I know the mash bill,
Well, what's the mash bill? Because he did say it's your favorite. So you have to tell us what the mash bill would be.
well, then it
And
would
that's your call.
probably be a high rye bourbon.
Okay. I mean, you can say that. That's fair.
Yeah.
High rye defined as greater than 20% rye.
I don't know that I've ever tested it down to that level.
Right.
I would,
But by
I would have to
definition,
do research first if you're gonna get that specific. But if he's
Yeah.
saying it's your favorite mash bill versus it's your favorite age statement versus
is high rye
it's
bourbon
okay.
defined as 20 or 25? I don't remember. But
I don't
know
remember. I don't recall. I thought it was
It's
at least over 20%.
It's either 20 or 25, and to
Something
be
like that.
called a high rye bourbon, and whatever that is, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think that's enough, personally.
Well, I know. I like the
Then
super
that's
high rye,
like
but
your
that's not a
favorite
category.
mash bill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not really a category. It's just either low rye or high rye. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. Like, when you say that, the definition does, I think, matter in some of this stuff, because people can say, our friends over at Truffalo Base, it's high rye or rye, and like people who are drinking, they have no idea that they're drinking the one recipe or the other. They don't understand that. If they do the deep dive on it,
Right.
what do you like?
Yeah.
That's what always I'm bringing for argument's sake.
I feel like people who love mash bills don't really know a whole lot about whiskey, actually. And
Yes, agreed.
that's something that they can write down and then know and be like, well, that it feels like a grasping at straws to have some sort of knowledge. And I want to just taste everything. And I don't really care what mash bill is. Does that taste good? Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but if you go by the states can have many, many distilleries
correct.
and a handful that make decent stuff.
Yeah. You're
So
going to be
the
at less than
odds of getting
10%.
crap on that are higher than if you say, well, my favorite mash bill is this. I'll try that one. I feel like I'm going to get a better shot at tasting something good.
Well, you're coming from the perspective, Kathy, that you want to taste something good. To your point, what are the chances I'm going to enjoy the effectively almost blind tasting that I'm going to have here, the limited knowledge, tasting I'm going to have here. And I think there's where the difference is. Like me, I want to be surprised. I don't want to be predictable. Don't let it be predictable for me. Let me try it and see if I like it or not. And that's why I think the state gives me the more flexibility to have that experience than trying to pin down a mash bill or an age.
Right. But again, going into it,
Yeah,
but it's going to be less than 10% chance that it's good. I would say.
that's fair.
It really is. Less than 10% of distilleries that make whiskey worth drinking. It's just that's a fact. So we're doing it blind. But again, it's not going to change that much. A lot of those that we don't like, that 10% are high rye mash bills. It's just people don't know what the hell they're doing. So it's all over the place. That's kind of a whiskey roulette for sure. You don't know what you're going to get with any of those scenarios. Well, so Matt, you constructed the question. What is your answer?
Yeah, I'm surprised that no one came up with my answer. I did think about proof. I thought about leaving out state of distillation and putting in proof, but I feel like that would have been even harder because again, I'm dealing with a group of very experienced and expert palates and whiskey fanatics here. So to just
and I
say
bet we all would have picked proof.
You think? I mean, I would have felt like you would have been like the same philosophy. I don't care about age. I don't care about proof. I don't care about mash bill. So I was just curious to see. But for me, I think the secret code here is age statement. And normally I would not be a big proponent to say that I have to have an age statement. But if you're telling me this is an 8 or a 10-year bourbon, this is not a brand new craft distillery. This is a place that has been around or at least has good juice.
But that being said,
and so
the craft distillery movement is well over 10 years old now. Most of them, again, to give a single sample, most of them have 10-year-old whiskey these days. That's the truth. And the ones that, here's the sad thing, I can take you can come back to Missouri next time. I'll pour you, we'll go on and we'll get some samples of people that have been doing over 10 years and their whiskey sucks today as it did from day one. I don't know what to tell you about that.
We had a situation at the barrel shop, Steve, when I brought a couple things down, and I should have liked everything that was talked about, and boy, did it not hit at all in one of the whiskeys I brought, and I was kind of shocked. I didn't catch some of the notes that some of the folks were saying, but I could see it. I'm like, I enjoyed it. It's just because it's just different. But I'd come from a different perspective. I want to taste something different. I don't want something predictable. I want something unique. I'm not looking for specific high rye or wheat based, even though wheat bourbon mash bill is my favorite. Bar done, hands down, anything. I'll suck up anything wheat whiskey, wheat related. I love it. But it was interesting to see the takes at it. One hit well, the other one, like, I should have loved all of this. And Darren and I were talking about it. So I should love all of this, but man, it just doesn't hit. And it's got an age statement on it. And it was just like, wow.
Right.
That's why I'm like, that's what kind of turned me on. When you said age statement, that's the experience I had in my head recently. It was like, age is interesting, yet what are we hiding?
Right. Back to Matt's point, thinking it's an amateur move. I think that if you add a fourth one in there, and let's just go through these parameters. It's you got a high rye bourbon is selection number one, since it sounds like most of the people were in line with that. So, number two is, let's say, a 10-year age stated. What was your third parameter?
State of distillation.
State. So it's a Colorado whiskey, number three, and number four is a 128 proof offering. I think I'd take the 128 proof.
I'm taking the 128 proof. Yeah.
I don't think that's an amateur move. I think I'd get the 128 proof because I'm like, I like proof. I don't know that I'm going to like this because it could be crap at 128 proof.
But it has the best chance of being something that you'll like at that proof because they've not taken anything away from it.
I say I'll take the 128 proof. They're like, okay, well, good choice because the other three are presented as stated, but they're 80 proof. I'd be like, oh fuck, I've won already. I feel. Let me go
something. Welcome me to the jungle, uncut, unfiltered. Give me it right out of the barrel. Let me see what your product stands on its own before you try to manipulate it.
Yeah, I think that would be
let
the best
nature
way
dig its course and let me try it in the raw, and let's go from there.
Yeah.
Before it's all dressed up for the public.
The way that he set that question up was really good because he didn't put proof in there.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that was really.
But I don't think it was done on purpose, though. I think
your energy spent was worth it.
Well, thanks.
Well done, Matt.
Thanks.
Yeah. I think it was an interesting one for sure. But so there you go. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start this time with Matt. We'll let Matt go after the question.
Another whiskey recently having some cutbacks. Old Potrero, malted rye.
That was good. I like Old Potrero, by the way.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Old
like them
Potrero,
too.
despite the fact how old they are, so you can't say they're underrated totally. But I think for the whiskey fans in general, I think Old Potrero is not a name that they talk about enough. And yeah, Old Potrero's good stuff.
I mean,
They don't get the credit they're due.
I'm a sucker for malted rye. I won't go back.
Malted rye is good. Yeah. Again, everything about rye I like. And then the malted ones I found that I really like too. Yeah.
I want to say I probably had them in 2014, and it was awful. I couldn't stand it.
Really?
And I think that part of it was, well, just palate changing over time, this, that, and the other. Now I can't get enough of it. And now it's gone.
Where are they
it's
out
like
of?
shit.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah, San Francisco out of Anchor Steam.
Yeah. Yeah. Really good stuff. Yeah, malted rye. I mean, Demetrius Kane has told me everything I need to know about that stuff. His best ones are his ryes, or either his 100% rye or his 90-10 ryes. But again, it's malted. Yep. Yeah, it's malted. Yep. 90-10 is my favorite for sure. All right, Swyatt looks ready to go.
Got about old Jet Brothers still working through this Kentucky Straight Bourbon finish in French Oak staves. Okay. French Oak, tasted French Oak. I'm sorry, 109 proof. By the way, for your proof hounds.
Okay, not enough there. Matt still has the lead. KK's been dominating so far. We'll see what she does here to us.
I'm going to open up this Remus. It's a straight bourbon whiskey, and it is 113.2 proof. 42 pounds.
Okay, that's our lead. That was solid. We'll go to Gokin next, who's been struggling. He gets his internet for free. He pays for it at the first of the month, and the internet's free.
No, I pay for my camping site.
Right, but still, the internet's part of that. There's no, I
didn't at first. That was an added bonus when I got here.
Okay.
Is that mouthpiece
so when
open?
you go to a hotel and you pay,
can you open that mouthpiece?
Free breakfast.
Yeah.
Huh?
Can you open that mouthpiece? Open it up a little bit. Get the cork inside there.
Okay, that's
what
he's
we'll
saying.
See what happens. I've got Hidden Barn. This is the 7-year small batch. Version.
Oh yeah, boy, that was explosive with that.
Yeah, moving the mic. That
was huge.
Happy hour just got announced at the Gokin campsite.
Thank God we spent 5 minutes getting the mic right there. That was time well spent on the show. Yeah, the guy who's complaining about we talk about too much random shit. There we go. There we got Gokin's mic fixed. Boxing Bear. I've got Railbridge. All right, let's see what we got here.
Ooh, there it is.
It was nice. Is that enough?
That's the winner.
All right, there you go. Congratulations.
I didn't right my wrong from earlier in the recording, so.
Fair enough. All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Green River. Is this just a really bad sign? Is it good to see that they're being proactive? We'll talk about that after the break. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
Ooh, damn, that's good.
Yep.
Oh,
Sorry.
and you're
Welcome
listening to
back.
Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Green River adjusting the number of employees.
Yes, we are. So, press release came out. About 25% of their workforce laid off, including their master distiller.
Which they don't mention.
They don't mention in the press release, but he took to social media and let everybody know. So, he was definitely part of that. So, what do we think here? Is this just another sign that the bourbon industry is ending? Is this a company that's being like, hey, times are changing, we need to make sure we're ahead of this? What do you guys think?
Bring me up to speed on Green River's ownership. Are they still independent or were they acquired?
No, they're
They're Bardstown.
Lofted Spirits, which
Okay.
is the conglomerate that owns Bardstown and Green River.
J.B. Pritzker, basically,
J.B.
runs
Pritzker.
it.
That's
The,
what
the-
I
the
thought.
Illinois governor and his
Yeah.
family, of course. He's not there running it day to day.
Yes.
He runs it most days, but sometimes he's got to spend a little time in Illinois and working.
But Tim and I can both verify that a billionaire is going to, there are reasons why he's a billionaire, and, he's going to keep his projects
Oh yeah.
in the
We've all
black. They're
Google
gonna keep it in the
JB
black.
if you want to see how far he's willing to go to preserve money. It's out there. It's documented online. I'm not going to say anything about it, but it's out there. He's done some
Yes.
things. So yes,
He is the governor of Illinois.
yeah.
That is right.
There's
You're running
one-
a business.
He
There's-
would not be able to help you flush your trailer.
No.
So yes, it's owned by Pritzker Group, which they own a lot of stuff. I mean, it's not just
Hyatt
my
Hotels,
daughter's
both
ex company.
Dollar Shave Club.
Dollar Shave Club. She worked for a chemical company, and they own that. So they're diversified. They own a bunch of stuff. So this being one of them. But so they cut loose. Now the sister company, at least at this point, has not been impacted. Bardstown Bourbon Company, nothing changed with them.
Well, they're impacted by a whole nother set of headlines
they've got
that they're working
got
through. They are preoccupied with some other topics, but that's another show.
that's
There's
another
probably
show.
some
We've
changes
done a
coming
show
there,
about that
too.
too.
Yes.
Yeah. We've done a show about that as well. So that's a whole thing, and we'll see how that plays out in the courts. I mean, that's
Well,
gonna.
and it makes sense because the contract distillers, the NDPs out there, they're pulling back. There's not enough whiskey to be pulled from there.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you guys know, because they originally, I think, had their sights set on not just producing a ton of Green River juice,
Right.
but also being a premier
Yes.
contract and sourcing. And I feel like maybe those contracts are starting to decrease.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
how much
let's
was
think.
going to be contract and how
Yeah.
much was going to be Green River?
Oh, I think 75, 25 at most, 25 Green River
Green
product,
River and
maybe
75
less.
contract.
Easy.
Yeah,
But
okay.
but here's the problem with their business model. Again, Bardstown. Again, let's not talk about the lawsuit and all that stuff. That's a different set of problems. It has nothing to do with bourbon or whiskey or anything like that. It's a different set of problems. They're kind of a high end, whereas Green River's low end. But let's think about what's going on in bourbon. We just had a guest on that said I can buy older barrels and that for very cheap. That's the problem. What used to be a $6,000 barrel is a $1,500 to $2,000 barrel today. So the need for a low cost producer of sourced whiskey really isn't there.
Correct, Steve. You hit it.
The market has changed, so I could see where Green River again is more impacted by what's happening in the marketplace right now versus Bardstown, which is kind of a high end boutique that
I
takes
was
care of
reading an
it.
article. I don't know if it was from the American Distilleries Institute or something, ADI, or somebody who was said on something recently where they said the amount of whiskey aged 8 to I think 10 years or 7 to 9 years is coming on this year is going to be the most in recent history.
Right.
The amount of aged stock coming on here.
Yeah.
And that's up to all the CFOs and all these, anybody who's in the finance, the accounting world, and all these distillers who are laying this product down every day said, hold, now go. And there's where I think your issue, Steve, you hit it right. They went from 3 production shifts to 2. So they basically killed the overnight shift, which also included probably a large salary that's duplicative when they can just have somebody else run from Bardstown, just oversee the operations, because it's really the people who are making it are the ones who are really the master distillers anymore.
Right.
But I think Aaron is a different ball. I think Aaron was definitely on site and active from what I can see and what I
would think so.
Research on. He was doing the job. It's not a situation where he's doing it from afar.
He's not working the rubber chicken banquet stuff. Yeah, he was there making whiskey. So
correct. He was.
Many of them. That's what they do. That's their gig. Can you do events? Can you speak in front of groups? That's master.
I know, but when you said rubber chicken, I was thinking of the comedian Rubber Chicken.
Right.
How'd that go, Kathy?
Hey now.
There it is.
You guys do it like this?
Grip. Yeah. Look at that grip.
Look at that grip. Yeah. Yeah.
So is there a possibility though? Is Bardstown Bourbon Company are they being hit with the same type of situation that they don't need as much production, or would they just? I would think that they would just
all
shift.
Over the place.
I would think they would shift some of theirs to Green River and just like have them run. If they had big orders.
The capacity at Bardstown is so huge.
They won't run into that issue.
No, they can. How many barrels can they make a day with those stills?
I don't know.
They've got 2 massive.
They just doubled capacity, like 2 years ago, maybe, or less. Yeah, so they're huge.
2 massive stills.
Green River is pretty big in its own right, but again, the model was to make cheaper whiskey. So,
which for all the independents coming up,
all the independents, but again, they can buy well-aged stuff now for the same price. So I get where this has gone wrong. What I'm hopeful for is they've made the financial moves that will allow them to stay in business, keep going, and maybe they're doing less stuff to source brands, but continuing to offer their stuff because their stuff is good and it's a good value. You can buy, a Green River bourbon for $40 a bottle or less in some cases, depending on what you're getting. I think they're doing a good job, and hopefully they've made the corrections that they need to make sure that they get to keep going. So
just don't change the bottle. That's a fun bottle.
It's a fun bottle.
Cheaper glass.
It's a fun bottle. It's a fun distillery to go to. If anybody hasn't been there, they should check it out. It's a nice place.
Well, I have them scheduled for the July flagship, so I got to double check with my contact to make sure they're still around.
Yeah.
So, for what it's worth, Kathy, Bardstown puts out between 300 and 330 barrels per day. They make 7 million proof gallons per year on 50 plus mash bills, multiple stills, and over 30 contract distilling clients at Bardstown itself. Mm-hmm. So they are I'm sure they're hurting too as well, and they can just tweak the production down, but they're still running. Okay, let's say they do 200 barrels a day.
Right.
It's still going to need a full setup. That's in comparison to Wild Turkey, Heaven Hill, and Four Roses. They're all doing about the same production per day.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. A little bit about what's going on with Green River, and obviously sister company, Bardstown Bourbon Company, we touched on as well. So interesting things going on in the world of bourbon. We'll wrap this one up, as we always do, by talking about where people can find us. Matt, we're going to start with you. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me still buying a bottle of Green River every now and then, and on the socials at Whiskey Tequila Fridays podcast.
All right, Tim.
You can also find me supporting this brand, too. They make great whiskey. Also on Instagram at SwyGuy2112, on YouTube at our flagship whiskey, and at RushCreekDistilling.com's tour page.
All right, Gokin.
You can find me on Facebook at Jim Gokin and Instagram at Jimmy Big Hands, and occasionally shooting a penny into the horseshoe of the bottom of the Green River bottle.
There you go.
For fun.
It's part of his classes that he does in the trailer park. So
That's right.
Yeah.
Gokin Institute.
The Gokin Institute. Yep. KK, how about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at KK Castrate.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley across all social media. You can check out the website abvnetwork.com where we keep our content, and also abvbarrelshop.com where we have what's going on in the world of the ABV Barrel Shop. There's a lot of events we do. We have a great inventory that's always changing. So again, that's available online, abvbarrelshop.com. Check out the YouTube channel where we're having lots of fun over at Bourbon Sasquatch on YouTube. KK, anything else to say before we get out of here?
Yes, I'd just like to remind the audience to give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page Patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
Adios.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.